me say a very blessed good morning and happy new month of October. What a pleasure it is for us to be coming to you live again this morning for Beyond I Do podcast here from our studios, and I'm delighted and happy that we have found another opportunity to stream again this conversation live on our social handles. Good news is that we are streaming this morning live on Facebook at Hila Mo Zwalibanzi and also on TikTok at Mo Zwalibanzi. So I believe that wherever it is that you are watching us this morning, you will be blessed by this conversation. What a blessing it is to have you join us this morning. In a moment, I will be bringing my panelists this morning so that we dive right into the matter for today. For those that are already joining in, we want to give you a very warm welcome. I believe the month has begun well for you. And let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, this morning we thank you, we bless you, we honor you, we reverence your name, and thank you, Lord, for this chance you have given us to gather in this place that we may discuss the matters which you've placed on this table this morning. I pray for wisdom and the language of the Spirit and the wisdom of the Holy Ghost coming out through our vocal cords for the glory and honor of your name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen, 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 amen. Thank you so much for those that are already joining in this morning. We apologize that today we may not be able to stream on our YouTube for purposes of management. I believe that those who are on TikTok, you can already, just wanted to know whether we are already on TikTok. Oh, good. We are streaming live on TikTok as well at Mo Zwalibanzi. I strongly believe that it's going to be a great conversation this morning. I'm already joined by amazing panelists, my people, Charity and Pastor Dominic, right here in the studio. And maybe for starters, maybe we could just say happy new month and greetings to our viewers. Let me begin with Pastor Dominic.
Yes, happy new month, Pastor Dominic. Thank you for joining us today. We shall have a great day in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Happy new month, our viewers. You're blessed and welcome to the show.
Awesome. So in case you have any question on today's conversation, please be sure to leave your comment right here on this comment section. We should be able to look at some of those questions during or even after this conversation. Good news is that, again, last week we were able to hit 1,000 mark of people that were reached by the podcast last week, and we thank God for that opportunity. I almost said hallelujah, but hallelujah. Yes, at least one time I was a teacher. I used to go to class that I forget that I'm teaching mathematics. Yes. And I say, praise the Lord. Yeah. Now, I think from last week going forward, we've been looking at the subject of, I remember there's one time we looked at the subject of when is it enough done or enough said? Mm-hmm. And I know that we had quite, a helpful conversation.
Yes.
Helping people to know, like, sometimes, the challenges we are facing right now are not the same as the challenges that our mothers faced in the past. Mm. As time has been going by, I know the challenges have been varying, but I know there are those that cut across. Mm. I don't know whether Charity will agree with me or you say no, but there are those that cut across. The same challenges that our mothers had could be the same challenges, but perhaps packaged in a different form. Mm. But all in all, we saw that sometimes, in marriages and the reality of the matter on the ground, I know as a pastor, you deal with these things on the ground.
Yes, sir.
And there are things that you deal with, and you know that this will be the approach. But I don't know whether you have ever found a case where you said, my sister, go back to your parents. Have you ever found one?
Yes, sir.
Could you maybe help us know which one it was?
Thank you.
Yeah.
There are things that a pastor cannot be able to help you because, first of all, they are to do with the training. Mm. And that training can best be done by parents, especially if it's a lady some of these things can best be done by a mother when it comes to training. For instance, when you talk about nurturing a family, the issues to do with taking care of the home, taking care of the husband, there are things that as a pastor you cannot explicitly explain and help the person. So it needs the parent to be able to come in.
The parent to come in.
Yes.
Charity, in your profession, have you ever met people who, a case that you say, it is better you go home, or it's better you just go separate ways?
Thank you, Pastor. Based on what the scenario is, it is true, sometimes you would advise that a couple goes separate ways, and one such case would be where there's physical abuse, where, it's reached a point where you get a client who comes to you, either the lady or the man, and they have physically fought to a point of causing a lot of injury. In such a case, a need to separate would be healthy so that they heal physically and then see if they could reconcile if need be. But above all, in cases where this physical confrontation and people have fought, then for me, I would recommend that they need to take a break away from each other and see if they can find alternative ways of sorting out their issue. So, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now, today, I think our conversation will center around the exit point and what actually lies ahead of a person who exits that kind of a relationship. And I know that earlier before the cameras, Dominic was saying that I think Charity will be able to help us more today. Like, what exactly should a person, especially the one exiting, be preparing for? Maybe based on the experience that you've had, or maybe the cases that you've dealt with.
One, nobody gets into a relationship to live. All of us start off from a point of, I'm in this and I want it to last a lifetime. But due to some unavoidable circumstances or unseen circumstances or situations that are just beyond our own understanding as people, you find yourself out of a relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever circumstance, it is never comfortable. So as one lives, I like using the term, it is a situation between a rock and a hard place. So you choose your hard. And as you go forward, it might not be as easy as you imagine. You would leave one situation, just from the example that I've said, it is physical abuse, and therefore you have injuries on your body, you need to be treated. Those can go away, the scars will remain.
Okay.
But as you move forward, after a breakup, there is usually a lot of emotional baggage. Sometimes to a point of you want to question yourself and your inability to manage the situation. And therefore, you would, have self-blame if there is a portion of it that you contributed to. There's a level where you have to handle betrayal, where you feel, I got into this relationship and this partner was not loyal and therefore did not keep their word and you got hurt. There are other cases where you find there's a lot of stigmatization when you are out of a relationship. Society will want to brand you as a failure because usually marriage is, to some people, a level of success in life. And so, yes, those are just the three, but there are many other issues that come when you end a relationship. And those would be for you as a person. If you have children, then you now have to begin talking about how you're going to manage raising these children on your own. And the tricky issues of wanting to explain to your children what really happened, why you have to move from this home to another home, or you have to move from this house to another house. The children might not understand, depending on the age. And therefore, some of your children will take sides, some will want to be on your side. Therefore, it's usually very tricky. But above all, I always say, other than leave somebody's house in a casket, just live with a broken limb and take care of your children in that manner. That is if you're a mother.
Okay.
I'm not saying the men don't have issues too. It is usually very hard for the men for the cases that I've handled. And one man said that when a marriage breaks and your wife leaves, your home is so cold it almost feels like a mortuary. Yes, because we all want our life to work.
Yeah.
And when they don't work, then even if the man said, talk up a window, once that woman leaves, the man goes back to that home, then things look very different. So
Okay.
it is a very painful experience. And therefore, yes, as you leave, be prepared to handle pain in different forms. Yes.
Okay. Does you have something to add?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll start by saying, now that I'm a pastor, I would like to encourage those ones who are born again and they found themselves in such a situation. I want them to understand that they should not carry guilt out of a marriage and assume that now they have sinned and they are, they feel sometimes uncomfortable even to come to church to worship God just because something like a separation happened. So just want to mention what Paul said here. I think it will help for the start, so that those who have found themselves in such situations and they are believers, they don't feel victimized, because we are talking about what you expect when you are out of a relationship like that. Verse 14, there are several issues Paul is handling, but verse 14 it says, the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God had called us to peace. So the basic foundation is the expectation of God is peace. In a marriage where, as Charity is saying, is physical abuse, please don't sit there and die there. God has called us to peace. If there is no peace, the Bible says there is no bondage. And as I said earlier, salvation is the pathway to heaven. Marriage is not a commandment that will make you enter heaven. So don't die in a place because you want to please the society.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
Yes.
Yeah, don't die there. It's better. You said it's better you live with a broken limb than live in a casket.
Yes.
That's better. Hope you got that very clearly.
Yes.
If you have any question, I see that many people are already joining. Muongeze volume ama nikuje niongeze mwenyewe. That's Apostle Chinsa saying. The handwriting. Please ongezeni volume. You guys are whispering, Bana. So we are working on that. Let's see whether we can be able to adjust where it's possible to do so. But especially, I think it's Charity. Yeah. Now, Sister Charity, whether you could talk to us about some of the, when we talk about the exit point, we might be talking about a marriage or a relationship. What do you think are some of the common mistakes that people who exit that point make, maybe out of desperation or out of just lack of what exactly they are supposed to do? What are some of the mistakes that you have observed people do make at that exit point?
One major mistake that people make when exiting a relationship is basing it on emotions and not reason. Yes, when you base it on emotions, sometimes your emotions could be right, but the reasons could be wrong. That a partner has angered you, a partner has gone out of their way and let you down in a certain incidents, is not enough for you to exit that relationship. When you put reason, then you'll sit down and have facts as to why you ought to leave.
Okay.
So we should not leave or exit relationships or end a relationship because of our emotions haywire. We should sit down, compose ourselves, and on top of feeling disappointed and therefore emotionally drained, you should put reason as to why you ought to leave that relationship. So for me, that is key before you leave. And for women, by the time a woman is leaving a relationship or ending a relationship, that woman physically leaving a relationship or walking out of your house, that woman must have left that relationship more than 6 months ago. That's one thing that I know. That you sit down and you count and tell yourself, this doesn't feel right, but how do I go about it? You stay on, look at it, see if there are any chances of improvement, and you notice nothing is going to change month 1, month 2. You still have the same idea, I need to move out of this relationship. But you're looking at it and asking yourself, how am I going to do it? What is going to happen when I get out? And for this person, are there any chances that this person is going to change? So by the time you're leaving that relationship, you should be emotionally dry, that you do not have any attachment or any reason to stay on, and therefore you leave. Yes.
Pastor Dominic, have you dealt with such a cases? We are still being told whether the media people can work on the volumes. I'm told the volumes are not okay. Have you ever dealt with, especially young people, pastoring them, who exit a relationship today and tomorrow they are in another relationship? Have you seen which kind of, do you think that kind of arrangement is okay? Are people stable mentally and emotionally to deal with a relationship after exiting another?
Yeah, there are certain things I've seen as a man of God handling relationships. First of all, there are mistakes people make because people get in relationships with the wrong reasons. And as Charity is saying, they make decisions on emotions. I want to be categorical to young people. We don't get in relationship because of love. We get in relationship because we have made, the ladies, their heart, they are full into this guy. Their eyes are blocked. They can't see the real guy. So it's a mistake. When you reach in the marriage now, you realize the real him is here because you are blocked. Because of the thing you are calling love, you can't see mistake. You go in a relationship with your head, not your heart. I repeat, you go in a relationship with your head, not just your heart. Jesus, direct me. God directs you into a relationship.
Could you expound? What does it mean we go with your head? Because possibly many people leave the head behind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what the Bible says? It says that the heart of man is deceitful and full of evil. And then young people are lying to themselves, follow your heart. That's one of the mistakes they make. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says the heart of man is deceptive and full of evil. So your heart can lead you into marrying a gangster. Your heart can lead you into marrying an abusive guy because emotions supersede your thinking. So your emotions clouded your thinking. You could not think. You know, I've met people, you tell them, I want you to look at this lady or this guy before you make a decision. Say, no, me, I don't care. My love, the way I love this man, I know him. But when you reach there, you realize you didn't know the guy. Why? You made decisions because of emotions. You didn't critically analyze the guy. Who is this guy? You know, the relationship where people are led by emotions, they are the most ones that break up because they don't reason. So when you go into relationship, go with your head. This guy, when he texts you and you don't respond, he's sending you 10 messages. That's not love. That's being, what do we call it?
Idol?
Not idol. I want to say that's being too insecure.
Oh.
He's threatening you. I tell ladies, if a guy slaps you before marriage, he will kill you in marriage. He tells you, let's meet, and then you don't meet him. The next time you are meeting, he slaps you. And you say, oh, it is love. When they will cut off your head, you know it's not love. So you make decision, use your head. Ask yourself question. Why is this guy always in the midst of ladies?
Help us understand. Help me understand, Pastor.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
try and break down
Yes.
the aspect of, critically looking at a person,
Yeah.
mentally, not emotionally.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I mean this.
Mm.
Intentionally tell yourself, I love this guy, but I don't know him. That's what you should tell yourself. I love this guy, but I don't know him. So let me know him. Knowing him is intentionally reaching out to find. Others, some things you ask directly to him. Some things you find out on your own. Where does he come from? He goes in a certain church. How does he behave? Where does he come from? Who knows him? There is nothing wrong with finding out who knows this guy. Who are his friends? Those are the questions. If you find that a guy is in a group of idlers, all his friends are standing on the road every evening talking about politics when they have nothing in their pocket. If that's the kind of friends he has, then you make up your mind. You say this is an idle guy. Number two, when you're sitting with him, what is he talking about? Is he talking about the future? Does he have plan? You are analyzing him critically. You are not just on, I like your head, I like your nails, I like my back. To maintain my nails, there is a vision that will bring income. So if this guy is not talking about vision that will bring income to maintain the hair, and is always talking about, I like your hair, I like your teeth, it is good to like it, but now tell me the plan to maintain what you are liking. So that's not what I'm talking about, critical thinking.
Critical thinkers, I hope you're listening.
Yes.
Charity, please try and also help us there. How do I separate between emotions leading me and being rational,
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll excuse me, Pastor. There's something I wanted to start off from your first question.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and as I answer, we always hear about going after your heart. My heart is leading me to do this, I feel this, and do that. It is okay that your heart is leading you and you're very much in love with this person. But as you go with your heart, please remember to bring your head along.
Thank you.
Okay? So,
Okay.
now, your first
Bring your
question-
head.
Yeah, bring your head along. You can go with your heart, but remember to bring your head along.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And as you asked, your first question was, can you move into a new relationship just after you've ended the last one? Was that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is always good to heal from any heartbreak. It is always good.
Okay.
So, yes, you can get into a new relationship, but as you do that, make sure you heal from your previous relationship. Give yourself a little time. Get a breather. And for you two who are pastors, if somebody ends a relationship this month, and next month they're walking into your office with a new girlfriend and they want you to intervene, please ask them to give themselves some time.
Okay.
Because the chances are, there are very high chances that this new relationship has been on and could have been the reason why the previous one ended. Because we do not just, it is not automatic. You don't change. I know some people who do this. They end one relationship today and they bring in another relationship the same day. Trust me, you will fail harder than you did in the last relationship. Always give yourself time as a human being to reflect on where you failed. And knowing where you might have gone wrong, even in the choice. Let's say your partner was the one on the wrong, but give yourself time to forgive yourself for accepting a wrong choice, for accepting to insist on fixing a drunkard, on fixing an adulteress or somebody who is full of lust, on insisting on fixing somebody who is wayward with his finances and cannot control himself. So, allow yourself to heal. Forgive yourself for allowing somebody to hurt you. And as you do that, Anytime you talk about a relationship or some pain you have gone through and you realize you're not shedding tears, I don't know whether most men cry, but I know some who cry.
We do, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I know
It might
some.
be inwardly,
yeah,
but we do.
it doesn't have to be inward. Real tears that you can
Yeah,
go
yeah.
out there
Mm.
and get to your bedroom and look at yourself and tears just flow.
Mm.
Reason? Because of the pain you're going through. It is okay to cry because it is an indicator that you are handling your loss, you're handling your grief. The day you realize that you'll talk about a situation or somebody, a past relation, and the tears do not come, or when they do, you're able to control and swallow, then know you're on your journey to healing. But as long as you're still talking about it and the tears still flow, and you still feel like you want to cry about it, please pause. You still need to heal. You should not move to the next
Next relationship.
Yeah,
Just-
there's a weakness that we always have.
Mm.
You will want to get somebody to lean on.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, it would be very unfortunate, if you ended up getting a wrong shoulder to lean on. Not every shoulder is the right shoulder.
Thank
You will lean on a shoulder that will wipe away those tears, and in so doing, you will unknowingly think the wiping away tears is actually the love that you so need, because it is comforting you now that you are in pain. After some time, you realize that that shoulder wasn't actually the right one. So find the right shoulder to lean on when you're going through a breakup, and desist from trying to substitute what you think is missing. In so doing, you want to cover up the pain because your wife has left or your husband has left.
Okay.
Most likely, you're going to transfer the pain you have from your previous relationship into the new one because you never gave yourself time to heal. You realize you'll begin discussing a lot of your issues with your new partner.
If I ask you, Charity,
Yes.
do you think that then, therefore, being by yourself is really medicinal at that exit point?
Yes, because you see, before you approach the next person, you have to call yourself to a meeting. What are you going to look for in the next person if you do not even understand what you're going through? So the first thing that you do is sit down, have a meeting with yourself, call yourself to order and say, now, what has happened? What have I done? What would I have done differently if I were given another chance? So yes, the first person you do is sit yourself down and ask yourself the questions. If you think you do not know the answers or the answers you have are unsatisfactory, then now move in and go to Pastor Dominic, your friend.
Yeah.
Somebody you think, I'll just need to talk. I just want to vent. I
Yes.
just need to tell them what I'm feeling. And of course, you see, he's not going to give you something very different from what you'll be talking about. Because usually, the answers to anybody's problem come from you. Yes. I will only answer you the way.
Based on what is coming out of you.
Based on what is coming out of you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
learn to, one, get those answers from yourself. If you feel you do not know what to do or the answers are not satisfactory, go to the third party, and that third party would only help maybe reassure you that what you're thinking is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that reassurance will make you be confident that what actually you have a crisis, you're trying to solve it, and as much as you're doubting your ability, the third person will confirm that indeed that is the right thing to do. So actually, when you're faced with such a situation, the answers shall come from you. Nobody is going to impose an answer on you. Yes, if we impose that answer on you, it will be short-lived.
Like, are you trying to suggest that it is like every man can be in charge of his emotion?
Every man should be in charge of his emotion.
Yes. Hope you get me.
Yes.
I spoke in tongues there. I don't know whether you heard.
Just want
Yes, yeah.
to insist on what she has said.
Yes.
And here it is now affecting all the pastors, most of us. Listen, when someone comes to you with a situation, it is their life. So the solution should be patterned to them, not to you. It's not you who is going to live for them. It is them who is going to live. So if the answer comes from them, it is best suited for them.
Okay.
So you should always try to get it out of them. Then I want to add something small before you can ask the next question. Your question is okay. Now it begs the question of wrong reasons of getting remarried. Wrong reason. One of the wrong reason is what Madam is talking about. Looking for a shoulder to lean on. And this is the most common. A guy now comes in, you have left your husband, he's buying for you milk for the baby, he's helping you pay rent, he's visiting you, he's emotionally encouraging you. Oh, my dear, it is well. One thing leads into another, and you feel this is a relationship. No, what the guy feels for you is sympathy. It's not love, it's sympathy. So by the time you will heal completely, you will not need his shoulder.
Is sympathy not part of love, or it just deceptive?
Sympathy is not love. Sympathy is just feeling sorry for you. But when that situation will be over, sympathy will disappear. So if there is no love to continue the relationship, you realize the relationship will not be sustained. Another wrong reason will be you are getting in this because this guy is providing for you. I listen, bro.
Yes.
So when this guy is providing for you, you feel better. The time you will be sorry, the time you will be stable, and you can now take care of yourself, that relationship will die. So don't quickly remarry or get in another relation because of wrong reason. One of them being
A shoulder to lean on.
Sympathy, provision. Those are wrong reason. Because when you are going in because of sympathy or provision, your mind will be blocked. Your concentration will be what you are getting, the shoulder. You will not concentrate on any other part of the guy or the lady. What you'll be concentrating in, what he is doing, what he is saying, your mind will be blocked. You will not see the other part of the guy. So when the problem will be over, the veil will be lifted. Sympathy is over. You have healed. Now the real you comes out. The relationship will die. And you'll be back to the circle. So we need to avoid that.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
The conversation is getting deeper and deeper. I believe that wherever it is you're watching us, you're getting something this morning. Yeah. Allow me to look at some of the comments that we have right here. There was quite a concern about the volume. I don't know whether now it's okay or we still need to work on it. For those who are able to let us know if the volume is okay now. There's someone who, falling from Swam, wants to border Salmia's sister Charity. This is from Stephen Masika. I guess you know him. Lady Pastor Selina, my daughter is saying that wisdom idirre. And I think we went to a funeral Tuesday in somewhere there in Butler. So I think we were asking for direction for the funeral. So I say, Mulanyola muski kudirre. Hapo ndio kwa matanga sasa. It
is just.
So I think it is a wisdom idirre.
Yes.
I hope you get it.
Yes. Imekamata.
Yeah, imekamata. Wisdom idirre.
Yes.
Someone is Giddy Branton is watching from Hebo Plaza. Thank you so much, my brother, for perfect sound now. Awesome. Apostle think now the sound is perfect.
Okay.
If Apostle says it, then it is true.
It is.
Yeah. Mike B, I thank you so much for watching. Are you watching live also from from these studios again?
Yes.
Apostle, the volume isn't loud. I think that's been fixed already. It was a concern from Franklin Marsh as well, but I hope we've been able to deal with that. Once you have any question, contribution, or you want to call in live, please go ahead. Also, you can leave us a text on WhatsApp. The number is right there on 07228646191. We'll be able to sample some of those questions during this conversation. I believe that you're getting something this morning. So, like, if I got it right, then a need could conceal intention.
Yes.
Did I say it right? That is.
A need would conceal intention.
Intention.
Expound on that question.
Like
what do you mean?
If, for example, if you have a need, many times it has a way of blocking what really lies behind the need.
Yes.
One day your need will be met,
Yes.
and then it will uncover
Intention will
intentions. Now be like,
appear.
the reason why I came here
Yes, it is.
is that, yeah.
Always know what you need
Mm.
and separate it with what you want. You might need something, but is it what you want?
Okay.
So in relationships, let's say you meet a man, know what you want from this man.
Hmm.
But as you assess what you want, distinguish between your need for a man. I might want financial support, and this man is in a position to give the finances. But is he the man I need?
Mm.
And because our wants always go our wants always overpower or overcover our needs. You go with what you want, but deep inside, you know very well this is not what I need. Yeah. So, like they say, if wisdom has dire, as you approach a woman, please identify the reason as to why you're going there. Why do you need to get a shoulder to lean on from a sister in church? It's because you want something from that sister, but you do not need that sister. Okay? And that is why you will get an opportunity, have your wants met, but now when it gets deep and it turns out that as much as she has all that I want, but as a person, I don't think I'm very attracted to her and I don't need her as a wife. I don't need her as a woman, but I want her company. I want her comfort. I want everything. But that aspect of her, there's something in her that makes you feel, no, I don't need that one. Okay? So our wants are what I would say are very superficial.
Superficial.
Yes, in relationship. But our needs in people is what makes the relationship. To a point that you might want money. I do not have it. But you might need counsel. You might need a word of encouragement. You might need a reason. Because the reason is usually in the need, not in the want. Yeah?
Awesome.
Your emotions will be in the want. I want a coffee date. I want a man to reassure me that I'm still beautiful and I can, get somebody else other than my ex.
Would I be right to say then that what you're saying is that it is easy to forego what you need in the excuse that they don't have what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Because usually, once, even in, let's move away from emotional or romance and love issues. Once in life, what really looks like is reality. As a person, what do you want? For today, Pastor Moss, if I asked you, what do you want as at now? What you want might not necessarily be what you need. Okay? For a human being to survive, there are things you just need to get your life rolling. And that also affects our love life. But when it comes to what you want, I was just telling you right now, Pastor, I left home at 10. You told me you'll buy me a car. Of course, I want a car. But then do I need it as at now? My need will depend on what my priorities are.
Okay.
I might want a car, yes, but there's something else that if I got now, it will help me more. Same to relationship. What do you want after a breakup? Do you want a quick fix because you want to emotionally reassure yourself that things are okay? Do you want a replacement of your ex? Or do you need somebody who will understand that you are ready to love again?
Okay.
What you need in the fresh engagement is, one, healing from your previous relationship, correcting any faults, any mistake that you might have made.
Okay.
Knowing that intimacy comes with time and reassurance. But unfortunately, the first quick fix, most people who have gone through emotional breakup is to get intimate with the next person they meet. thinking the act of intimacy will
Just a coolant.
you've used it. You used that word. I didn't. Thank you for bringing it up. Because, and it happens a lot.
It's like a paracetamol. Many
Yes,
of a
yes,
paracetamol.
yes.
Yeah?
You want to ease the pain, but you do not want to treat
Address the issue.
the cause of the pain.
Oh, okay.
So, and those are the ones I'm talking about. You want something that will make you feel comfortable. You want the ease. Some people will quickly slip into taking drugs. I know this is church, but we know it is there. And because you are unable to sleep, somebody tells you, a glass of wine is not a problem. And before you realize, you move away from the wine, and you're doing something serious. You're taking drugs, and all that is because you want to ease the pain. But when you need to heal the pain, then you'll make choices that will not include any of those, to a point that now when you meet somebody new, you want to begin it right. Okay? And taking coolants and supplements and everything is not a way, it's not a remedy to solving that
The
problem.
issue.
Yes.
Pastor Dominic, you have something to add?
Yeah, what you need is what sustains what you want. That's key. What you need is what sustains what you want.
Okay.
And that's what she was actually saying. So, because, like, for example, let me give you a quick example. You need a job, but you want money. So it's a job that will sustain
Exactly.
money.
Yes. That's a very good
Because if
example.
you get money,
Yes.
it will get finished. And then you will want it again.
Yes.
So when you jump from one relationship to another, you're just picking one from here, you go there. But when you get what sustains it, that is really help. So a relationship, if you get a need, it will sustain. For instance, if you get companionship and
Yes.
true love, when you once come in and go, you won't be moved. Why? Because what
the
sustains
basics.
is the need, and it's for the both of you.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Charity, this question I will ask you, then we'll take a short break because I really want to look at some of the questions that are coming through. Also on TikTok, we are streaming live on TikTok at Mozwa Libanza. I hope you can be able to also join us over there. That season before, I'm actually the exit window. I so much strongly believe that it's supposed to be a season of reflection
Yes.
that doesn't just put emphasis on the other party, but mostly on yourself.
Yes.
Because I remember that's what you say, that you have to zero into you. Why you even allowed yourself to be hurt. I remember that's what you said.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if I may ask, how would you fix a person who, in that analytical moment, they are still blame shifting? You don't think you are the problem. Tendency of human beings is to
Yes.
imagine the other person has a problem. Many of us don't ask ourselves, do I have a problem?
Yes.
But I believe also that healing begins with when you say, I have a problem, or there's something I can fix, or something I contributed. Tell me something about that, Charity.
Yes, it is very easy to apportion blame on the other party, and it's only human because you want to actually express yourself and let everybody know that so and so offended you. But before somebody offends you, I strongly believe you will allow somebody to offend you by allowing them in your space. So when I get somebody who tries to tell me about so and so and so and so and so and so, 100% blame on the other partner. As much as I agree and respect their view, I would differ with them by just asking, don't you think your presence there encouraged this person to do what they did? Because if you did not allow yourself in their space, then you would have been talking about this story. So you can never apportion 100% blame on the other partner.
How do you now fix? Because there are people who
Okay.
are so, given to think it is the other party.
Yes, now this is
That's
how
why they go on unfixed with the same errors
Yes.
into the next relationship.
Well, now you've just asked what I would do in such a scenario.
Okay, fine.
And my answer was I would argue my case out with them. And one reason I would float is that you allowed yourself with the wife to this man who has been drinking and battering you for the last 10 years. So when you tell me, ni yeye alikuwa ananipiga, yes, ni yeye alikuwa anakupiga. But remember, you are also in his house. So let us begin there. Why were you with this man in the first place? In my language, we say, "Hubiyange njusine and hubiyengo." You see? Yeah. If you're a hen and you keep straying, they keep you in the house. You like going around the sugarcane plantation. When the wildcat finds you there, we will blame both of you. And therefore, I'm saying, in this relationship, when somebody comes and they're being difficult and insisting that the other person is to blame, then I have a simple question. What would you want us to do for you? Since the other person is to blame, what do you want? Of course, I know what they'll say. Nataka uongee nae, nataka umkataze, nataka umwambie. And for me, if you are the person who keeps giving those answers, that you sit, talk to the other person, make sure the other person changes and all that. The fact that you're part of that person, maybe the way you relate to the other party would change. But as human beings, it is always good to know who you are. So if somebody came to me and the blame is on the other party without knowing that they have actually contributed, even if it's 1%, then that person has a long way to go, because before they really sit and accept that they have a part to play, then they will not heal.
Okay.
And that is the type of person who will not let the ex go because they keep holding on to it and the mistake they did. And when they move into a new relationship, they'll keep on blaming the other person. I personally was battered. I was beaten very badly by my ex. And I always say, I know why I was beaten. Up to now, I know. And this is why I was beaten. I questioned him.
So you shouldn't have?
Yes, no.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew he did not have the ability to tackle me. So my questioning him really brought him down. Of course, I asked him, what type of man are you?
Okay.
That statement alone can earn you a very big beating. Because you see, I am telling you, so I am one person who was battered very badly. And I always know what I contributed, why I ended up being beaten. Though I'm not saying I'm justifying being beaten.
True. Yeah.
And in fact, when I was beaten, that was the last time I left that home. I left everything and just left with my children. That is the only thing I could not leave behind. But I left everything, including my ID. You know, when you just take your children and walk away and go, not even having shoes, just walking away. You know, after that ugly scene of being beaten and all that, I only picked my children and left. And I'm telling you, had I not answered back, had I taken the back seat and tried saying, "Oh, Mzee is talking, let me just keep quiet," you know, he would not have beaten me. But that day, I was so done that I had to question him. What type of man are you?
Okay.
No, that alone made him feel like now the only way for him to prove to me that he's a man was for him to get physical, because that is where now he can
prove to you that he's a man.
Yeah, that's the only way he could prove to me that he's a man, because I had, of course, the intelligence and everything to a point. Now I told him, but what type of man are you? That did it, and my marriage broke and I left. I've never gone back. Now, back to the question. If you find somebody who keeps apportioning blame to the other party, they are not being real to themselves. Because it takes two to tango. So if you want to be a better person, always sit down and ask yourself, what did I do to fuel this argument, to fuel this fight? Like they always say, if you want to put out a fire, what do? You stop, adding firewood to it. And that is how you manage a situation. So for that fire to be burning, I have to continue putting the firewood. I have to continue putting, and as you put the firewood, those are the words, those are the things that you do that will aggravate the situation. So there's no single argument, there's no single breakup that you would say one party is 100% innocent. If you are that type
Do you
of
mean it?
person, no, you are in denial and you have a lot of work to do to work on yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We place ourselves in a place of being hurt. So for that alone should be a reason why you need also to reflect on yourself.
Yes. You know,
Okay.
when you get in a relationship and you feel you are in love and you have forgotten to bring your head along, the red flags are always there. But for some reason, they're fuchsia, they're pinkish, and you think, if you're a person like me, I am a very strong fixer. You know, a fixer is somebody who believes there's no situation that can come my way and I'll not be able to do it. I have
Okay.
almost a solution to every.
Is that wrong?
Well, that is who I am. It is not.
Okay.
It is not wrong, but it's a weakness.
Oh, it's a weakness.
Because what happens is you tend to think you can fix people. You tend to think you have a solution to every problem. But the truth of the matter is you cannot fix people. You cannot change people. People choose to change. So when you are when you are a fixer, you accommodate too much. You believe in people changing. You believe that this situation, if I approach this, I still have that problem up to now because that is me. I look at it and say, if I decided to choose these words for this situation, it will work.
Okay.
So I keep on giving chances to something that I should have automatically said no. Okay? A good example is infidelity in a relationship because I went through it in my previous relationship.
Yeah.
You will want to think, one, I am a beautiful woman. I know what it takes to be a good wife, and therefore no woman is going to take my man. Okay? That is a very strong stand for women who want to keep their marriage. It is good. But you know what you do to the man? You give him an opportunity to think, this one is here to stay, even if I did what I had to do.
Oh.
Yes, even if I cheated. And when I went back and things got worse, if I told her the truth, we will argue about it, but I know she's not going to leave because she believes in me and she's going to stay. Over time, what happens? This fixer, who is Charity, will excuse you on partner X, on partner Y, and as she so does, her own self-esteem is coming down. Yeah, she's now beginning to think, maybe I am not that good enough for this man. Maybe there's something in me that he doesn't like and I'm not satisfying him as a woman. Over time, she despairs and now gives up. So by the time she leaves, you'll want to imagine Charity has a solution to all the problems, but she has refused to fix hers. Not knowing she tried to fix, but over time, she's human, she despaired and now gave up. Okay.
Pastor Dominic, let's try to look deeper into this aspect. We are looking at that exit point as a moment of reflection. Why do you think we always don't accept the fact that we could have contributed? Like Charity is saying, you can't just be 100% innocent. There's something you bring in. Maybe dealing with those cases as a pastor, how do you maybe help people to also try and reflect on themselves?
Yeah, the problem, especially people in church, is the way people will look at issues. You know, you have been in church and you are a leader of praise and worship, and there are so many people looking up to you. And you realize that your marriage is not working, and you want everybody to feel it's not you has made a mistake. It is always about what people will say. And most people who are in self-denial are always vengeful. And I want to tell anyone who gets through such a situation, please don't go online trying to bash somebody. You're making things worse. Because if you expand the scope of the people who know about your issue, you are increasing stress for yourself. Because now more will start calling you, more will start following up to find out what exactly happened. So the biggest problem with people is to look inwardly to look outwardly more than looking inwardly. I listen to me,
Yes.
So they will always want to look what is outside. Now, let me give you a quick example. The biggest problem sometimes is when you have so many unsolved issues in your marriage. somebody, has had infidelity, and then you ask them, they say, umeanza tena, umeanza, then you leave it there. You have not solved the issue. Then your wife maybe disrespects you, and you just look at her and you don't solve it, and then it grows. You are also contributing. Why? You didn't take time to sort it out. Then don't look so big in a way that you can't go to look for a solution.
The Superman syndrome.
Especially men of God. I'm a man of God. I'm speaking on their behalf. And those leaders in charge. And please, don't make people in charge feel like you are a superhero. If there is a problem with your marriage, look for a solution. If the two of you have not, go for professional counseling. Because most of this breakup can be mended if they got someone to step in and help the problem. So when I'm handling these issues is to make them understand. I ask them questions step by step. Oh, Pastor, this guy just came and beat me. Say, no, is he mad? No. What did you do? I was just asking him. How did you ask? Me, Pastor, was tired. I just shouted at him. Thank you. And he slapped you. So shouting will result in slap. So we start there. Next time you're in such a relationship, that's how I handle them. Next time you're such in a relationship, don't do that. And for me, I don't solve issues without hearing the other party. Because if you do that, man of God,
you're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Yes.
And I've realized ladies are very interesting. Charities here will help us. You'll be solving an issue today, and the lady will be saying, man of God, it's not just today. Some 5 years ago, this man did the same thing. Just bringing the whole package from behind. Why? There were so many things that were not solved. Some of them which were solved. So if this person is not solving issues consistently, it will burst. And because of that, they are also part of the problem. So you open their eye. Let them understand. Pastor, let me tell you something. If you did marriage class in church, and you took ladies and put them aside and you gave them your wife to talk to them one-on-one, you'll be surprised that even the elder of the church, the treasurer, there are things he's doing. So it will be a good moment for you now to reflect and be able to counsel the whole group.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Just Pastor.
Yes.
Pastor Dominic has mentioned something about unresolved issues. I know of, and this I went through it, and I realized there are some partners who are never ready to sit down to solve problems. I would encourage anyone listening to us, if you have an issue, please be very candid and open about your issue and talk about it. Keeping quiet or trying to evade it will only come out after 5 years, like Pastor has said. And in those 5 years, you can imagine the type of answers and counter answers and the section A, B, C that your wife has had to, because you see, when you have a question, you have an issue to ask your partner, and your partner does not give you audience for whatever reason. One thing I've come to realize about that, it's always guilt. You have a question, your partner knows very well they have offended you, so they will avoid it because they do not want it to escalate to what they know could happen. So they will just evade.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're married in church, you are lucky. Maybe they'll go to church and be very busy. When they come back, they'll want to postpone it tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, they will say, I have to meet Pastor Dominic at 9. So before you even talk about it, he's out of the house. And we are all told that when you have a pressing issue, you don't just shout or start it off anywhere. You create time. I have talked about it. You create time. You create a space. You choose a language. But now when your partner is not giving you audience, what you do over time, you'll want to say he's very busy. I'll talk about it when he comes in the evening. He comes back in the evening. You people are asleep. You don't want to talk about it in the night. The following morning, your partner is leaving. You cannot talk about it. What happens? Your wife or your partner will quietly now accept that you do not want to address that issue. But that does not mean that issue went away. In my own mind or in that woman's mind, she'll begin imagining the answers she would have given. And some of them would be right. Some of them would be very detrimental. And trust me, when another mistake comes up, very different from what was not resolved, that issue will now come up. So be the open one. Talk about it. Ask. And when you're asked a question by your partner, however trivial it would be, please answer. Because when you don't answer, that is a crack that you regret for the rest of your life. Yes. It will look like you're ignoring and the big one, and you would imagine that your wife's question is childish.
Yeah.
As small as it is, just answer. Even if you know it will cause a problem, give an answer that will instill hope in her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say it's a case of infidelity.
Mm.
I know that is very common in most relationships. And you know very well, the name she has mentioned is true. The venue she has mentioned is true. The activity she has mentioned is true. I always say, yes, the first answer is always deny. You know why you deny? You're just trying to protect her emotionally.
Okay.
That whatever she's imagining might not have happened. When she brings the evidence on the table,
It's when you accept.
keep quiet, break down as a man, and accept.
How do you explain between I denied and now I have to accept?
No, I denied.
Doesn't
because-
that amount
No,
to being...
you are human. I denied because nilijua hii ni makosa na utasikia vibaya.
okay.
Nimekosa. Because that is the truth. You denied because you knew if she knows the truth, she will be hurt. Why do you deny?
So without
you
evidence,
denying?
therefore, you will deny forever.
No, without the evidence, you will deny forever. But just realize that if she has put the evidence on the table,
Okay. Okay. I get
please
you.
go with the evidence and accept.
Let me add something.
Because sometimes the speculation, I put this scenario like this, Pastor.
Yeah.
The name is right.
Mm.
The venue is right. The activity that occurred is right. And then now your wife is asking and you want to?
Deny.
No, you
To
do
accept
not
it.
want to address it.
Okay.
What happens? When you deny, she'll say, oh, you are denying. This is it. If you think I'm wrong, call this number. What will happen? You will come down and say, sorry, Mama. Sorry.
And cry.
If you want to cry, you cry.
That's what you say.
But what will
That's what you say.
what will happen is this. When you apologize, an apology is very empty if there's no effort to change. Apologize and change.
Okay.
Your wife will learn to rebuild the trust, even if it's broken pieces. But she will rebuild the trust. That is what happens in most marriages.
Okay.
And a case happens, your wife loses trust in you. And I always say, a broken trust is just like they say, broken like it's a broken glass. If it's good quality, that is, if you had a good marriage, that trust will be fixed and those pieces can come back together. So over time, you'll hold on. It might look shaky, but you will be able to move through. Other than having poor quality relationship, when there's a small issue about trust, it shatters and you're not able to bring it together.
Let me add something.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Pastor.
just little. I want
Yeah.
to. This is wisdom for marriage. Some truth, if it's denied, is better. It becomes wisdom. Let me tell you now. If, for instance, you went out of marriage and you know it is sin, and your wife is not aware, once you ask God to forgive you, and you're forgiven, decide to change. But now don't go sit down your wife and start giving a story of how you found yourself in Eldoret with this lady. Oh, how it was wonderful. How you went swimming.
But
how
you
you ate
stopped.
well. But you stopped. You have just messed your marriage completely.
So
now
some
it's
honesty
better
is not
for men.
healthy.
No,
There are some
honesty is healthy.
is healthy, but to some extent.
you have
Pastor.
to put wisdom in everything. Let me
Yes.
just finish before you ask. This thing is so sweet.
Yes, yes.
Imagine your wife coming home. She has messed. You are not aware. She has changed. She has asked God forgiveness. She has changed in her heart. You are not aware. Then she comes and tell you, honey, I have something to confess. Your best friend, Pastor Moss, God forbid. We have been doing A, B, C, D, E, F with him. First of all, we do ministry with you. It will have killed ministry, which is good for the kingdom. It
True.
will have killed it.
True.
Secondly, it has killed trust. Even I will forgive as a man of God and as a born again, yes, but there is something it will do for me. So for her to protect me and marriage, she will ask God for forgiveness and keep it with God. Don't tell me that, oh, Pastor, you are a Christian, you have to be completely open. Listen to me. It is very important sometime that some information is not given. It will save your marriage. It will save your relationship.
Pastor, this is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And it will just compound on what Pastor Dominic has said.
Yes.
Wisdom. Now, honesty is saying what? He's saying the truth with wisdom. Simple.
Honesty is saying the truth with
With wisdom.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Let me look at some of the feedback here on Facebook, and I want to really thank you for your valid company during this conversation. Pastor Selena, she's saying needs in people is what makes a relationship, and she's saying thank you for that that point. And Apostle Adi said, not once, thank you. He said, Madam Charity, that is me. We will fix it, just give us time. Charity, you are a bad girl. Or what kind of man are you? When I am trying it all, kumbaf. I think that's what the apostle is saying.
What is apostle?
I think the wisdom idire is the other one again. Wisdom idire. So I guess that's what is on the feedback. I don't know whether you can check your side. I remember last week we missed out a question from your feeds. If we could get that one as well. I also want to let you know that we are streaming live on TikTok at M.Ozwalibanzi. So if you're there on TikTok, I think I'll talk to my media people to help me locate my TikTok. Okello Holiness anasema, Madam Charity was umetulalia lakini, and it's like you umeonea, sijui ni nani kama, I think it's men. Umelalia wanaume sana. Umelalia wanaume sana. So, yeah. How many times will you deny tabia ni ngozi? How many times will you deny? I think that's what Selena is asking. Deny until death do us part. That's the handwriting. Deny until death do us part. How many times will you deny tabia ni ngozi until death do us part? Tutakubali mbinguni wapo kutakuwa na chance ya kufanya kesi. Now, what Apostle is saying, you deny until when Christ appears. You're the one who said that. I think that's what Apostle is backing you up. Do you have any comment on your side?
No, we
Okay.
don't have any comments.
I think so. We continue now. Let's talk about the dealing with. We're still on the window of exit. The tendencies of dealing with the errors and the animosities and the suspicions of a previous relationship. I think that's where people derived the statement, all men are the same, right? Because I think, like you've said, that we don't get time to process and analyze things. Like, how do I overcome the temptation of or dealing with the traces of the mistakes in my previous relationship, especially Charity, thinking about a man who used to come back late, maybe 6. Later on, you discovered he was actually coming 6, doing something wrong. Going into a relationship now, a man comes back 6 again, dealing with that window of, could he be the fears of moving on to the next relationship, if you can talk about that, Charity, in a minute.
Uh, Trust is very key
Mm.
in any healthy relationship.
Mm.
So to answer that, I would ask that since you have been able to re-evaluate yourself, work on your weaknesses,
Mm.
and now you're starting off clean, trust that your partner is doing the same.
Mm.
Because there's nothing else you'll do other than just believe that what they're giving is right. And if I am healed, I have looked at myself, I've corrected my mistakes, and anytime I realize that this might look like a previous one, I'll remember I am working on my trust issues.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that anytime somebody comes back home late, 6 is early, comes back home at midnight, they were up to something sinister. And how do we build this trust? Is by making sure that we let our partners know what we are up to
Okay.
prior to us.
Is that what amounts to kukaliwa?
Yes, that is what people think kukaliwa is. But I like it when I think one person keeps on saying, kama hiyo ndio kukaliwa ama ndio kuwekwa, then let it be. Because look at it this way.
Yeah.
A case scenario, you are going to come home late and you value your relationship. When do you let your partner know that you'll come home late?
Mm.
It is before you get home. Something has happened and you have to change plan. You usually get home earlier, but you say today we went to ministry and somehow we'll be delaying because the program has been extended. Do you let your partner know, or do you now come back home at midnight and begin explaining what happened? If you're in a position to explain, please just send a text and say, sorry, I'll be home late. Just that small text. That will set ground for you explaining why you'll be home late. Other than getting home late and now trying to explain why you are actually now late. So choosing on when to communicate and what to say will help your partner develop trust for you. So that issue of trying to think, oh, this might now be happening, whatever I was going on is coming back, will do what? Will go away. So just learn to be a good communicator.
Okay.
In case of anything, of change of plan, always try to let your partner know before. Other than doing what you have to do and now coming home and trying to explain what might have happened.
Okay.
Yes.
Pastor Dominic?
Yeah. The biggest challenge we have in relationship today is partners always deciding that you are guilty before you are proven innocent.
Yes.
It should always be innocent before proved guilty.
Yes.
Anytime you are handling an issue and looking at a partner as, guilty until proven innocent, you are getting it wrong. And that is where we have biggest problems in relationships and marriages. So somebody has come late. You have made him guilty. He must be with some of this. He must be doing this. This man, this lady must. Once you have that, then you will not solve the problem. But as Charity has said, learn to communicate. Personally, I've never had a problem with coming late. Why? Because I always text my wife. Then there are people, when she knows I am with them, when I just say, Nigona Pastor Tim Tao, and we might be a bit late, she will be sure we will be a bit late. There are people, when I'm with them, she knows this man might come late today.
Okay.
And it hasn't become a problem because she always tries to see me as innocent before she can prove
Imagine something.
that I'm guilty. So please get your negative thought in your mind. For heavenly's sake, think positive. Philippians 4:8. Think only of praiseworthy, wonderful things, things of good report. Imagine this man is buying you a good dress in the
He's
shop.
looking for one, but you can't find.
Yeah. Just imagine. So that when he comes, even by you asking the man the question, my dear, what happened? I was worried. I like the wisdom of Charity.
Yes.
I was worried because it was getting late and I was not sure whether you are secure. Even that asking alone, do you know is a punishment enough for the man? Even the man coming home late already, he's worried.
What is the wrong way of asking that?
Yes?
What's the wrong way of asking?
The wrong way.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa wapi?
Umetoka huko kwa wanawake wako. Umekuanga tu na hao wanawake wako. Imagine if someone tells you like that, pastor, and you are working in a place, and this night your boss had to take you through a long night. You had to extend, and you are angry. Your boss has delayed you. Your salary has also delayed, and you come home and someone is telling you you have been out doing ABCD. You see, your reaction will also be bad, even if you are born again and you are spirit filled. Remember, we said you are a man before of God. So your man, the man in you will first appear before the spirit now reminds you that you are a man of God.
Okay.
So people should check on how they respond or ask questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Charity.
just to add on what Pastor Dominic is saying, you realize some of our viewers have comments that show you that they are in very unhealthy relationships. Healthy, sound relationships do not struggle with the way they talk to each other. You've just asked Pastor, what is the right way to ask when somebody comes back home late? Pastor was using that example that I gave. The worst would be, umetoka wapi? Yeah, of course, it looks simple.
Very hard.
What makes you think he owes you an explanation? Of course, he knows where he has come from. And
Like
if he wanted you,
even if it's not accompanied by
it is
body
a wrong
language.
question. It
statement
is
is
a
very
wrong question. Why should you ask your husband, a grown person, or your wife, a grown woman, where she has come from? It is their responsibility. If there are people who respect themselves, it is their responsibility to explain where they have come from. You don't ask somebody, umetoka wapi, umekuwa wapi. Those are wrong way. I mean, it's a wrong. I would never ask somebody that, because the most I would expect is, if there's need, you've realized, you should be able to respect yourself enough and explain why you have come back home late, why you have failed to keep the appointment, why you failed to keep a certain promise. Other than me asking, you said you will do 1, 2, 3. Why haven't you done? Of course, you know you haven't done it. It is only a man who respects himself well who'll come and tell you, sorry, I had planned that we would do 1, 2, 3, but I've realized I'm not able to raise those finances because my plans did not go as planned. So kindly understand, give me more time, or I feel we should shelve this because my plans never went. It is simple. You need school fees for your child, and you expect your wife to come and ask you, what is school fees ya mtoto? Kwa nini hujalipa fees? Is that right? Of course, I know that is what people do. Yeah, it is a very wrong way of communicating. You live a life of controversy. You'll keep on quarreling because here you are demanding answers from a grown person who has his own struggles or does not even know how to explain his challenges to you because you personally do not know how to receive that. So the best thing is, if it's something concerning you, please be the one to initiate the conversation and explain why you're going to come back home, why you have challenges paying your daughter's school fees or your son's school fees, why your project has stalled.
Okay.
In so doing, your partner now understands you. When your partner begins questioning what you two had agreed on, it is a sign of failure from your part.
On my part, right?
Yeah. Why would I want to question your accountability when you should be able to account for your own actions and even score and say, Mama, this is it. Oh, Mzee, I have done this, but looking at it, I am unable to continue. This doesn't feel right because I'm not able to go on because of 1, 2, 3. Your partner will understand. You'll sit down, talk about it, find another way or go around it. You need to move house. Times are hard. So someone just keeping quiet, you're in a rent arrears, he keeps on saying, no, kuna deal fulani hapa. You end up looking like a liar to your partner when in real sense you're struggling.
Okay.
What's so hard with you putting down your partner and saying,
Is it a demand? Maybe from the side of the woman?
False demands.
Okay.
Unrealistic?
Yes, they are very unrealistic.
From the male's perspective now,
Okay.
I have been a victim. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good to
share your experiences.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, we are men. And from Western, you will want to show that you are a real man. These days, I don't do that. One day I was sacked. I was teaching in a private school. And I am one man that you can't bring down. Me, I like talking.
You're a fixer.
Yeah, I'm fixer. So one day, I talked, I was a senior teacher, and then I spoke better than the principal. So the principal was the owner of the school. They sacked me because every parent was coming to consult from me instead of consulting from them. So I was sacked. Now, my wife is working. I've been sacked. So I wake up every morning and go out, walk in town, stay hungry, go back in the evening, look like I'm from work, wake up in the morning, dress cool, go out, come back. Now, at the end of the month, there are expectations that I'm supposed to meet. I cannot meet them. I've not explained. Now it becomes a big, big, big problem. So always be honest. Men, let me tell you for free.
Yeah.
When you give reports to this lady, no one is there to look at you and feel like you are not a real man. Give reports, my friend. You will stay at peace. Give report. Let them plan everything for you. This is how you dress. This is how you put on the tie. Let her control everything. But the basic decisions of the home, the man be in charge. But just give reports. Yeah, ask questions. Mama, what can I bring in the evening?
How would you, if the demands are unrealistic,
yes,
how would you balance between the lack of a woman to understand that you're saying you don't have that money and the pressure of I said?
No,
Yeah.
first, I think you missed something.
No, I did. I got
Charity
you
is
right.
agreeing with me that you missed something. So we are two. Two are better
Don't
than
depend,
one.
don't depend on Charity, especially when it comes to voting for me. She won't give me a vote. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What she's saying is this. From the point of view of a man, you are not explaining, and the lady is assuming you're okay. You have the money.
No,
She's
my
not
question,
an angel.
my question is on the part of honestly speaking. You're saying,
Yes.
honestly, I don't have that kind of money,
Yes.
and there's still a continuous pressing demand from the woman.
I want to believe that it might not just start that day. There must have been a reason to why she's believing you have the money and you're not saying. You know, some men will say, I don't have money, and then the lady, notices you have some money in your pocket. So because of the previous things you have done that has proven you not being honest with money, she will go out making such demands. Now, let me say this. From the start of a relationship, make it clear. Young men who are listening, make it clear. Don't pretend. Usianze kuja saa 10 jioni ushafika. You are home already. You have changed. You are fika, you are cooking, you are doing everything. And it's not in you. You have no grace for cooking every day. Then you keep waking up every day in the morning, preparing tea. You'll have to maintain it. If you can't maintain it, don't come for counseling to disturb your pastor.
Okay.
Don't pretend. From day one, be who you are.
Exactly.
So that when mistakes come early, you sort them early. Let her understand that this guy, these are some of the issues I will have to live with. I hope Pastor Moss.
Pastor Moss.
I think there's a lot of noise from the audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Please don't forget the thought you have.
Yes.
Even for ladies, things that you know very well,
You cannot
you
do.
cannot sustain for long. Let them be seen from day one.
Yes.
I'm done.
I'm just emphasizing on what Pastor is saying.
Mm.
Wrong foundations.
Yes.
You decided that you are going to make this lady feel that you can never run out of finances. So you now don't have the money,
Yes.
and because you do not know how to love her other than to use the money, you have nothing to tell her. And that is why she will not believe it. If sometimes I always pity men, and I wish they knew how easy it is to convince a woman that you are really the man for her.
Hallelujah.
Just be a human being, very vulnerable. That I look at my man and see this man, true, today he does not have a shilling. And I can tell you your brother-in-law is there. And if he stood here one day, he will tell you. I can look at him and he's making a call to a friend. What's so money? My brother, he's trying to borrow money from somebody else. If I have that money, I tell him, please, can you disconnect that phone? When he says, I'm talking of, say, just a minute.
Hallelujah.
Then I say, wait.
The
Or
lady
you can
should-
give him money.
the lady
Please
should
do
get
not
invitation.
borrow. Let your man not borrow. Let your man not go into debt when you are able to sustain or help financially in your family. And for the man, allow your wife know that indeed, sincerely, when you have. And for me, I always say, I lack because my mzee hana. Akiwa nayo. All I need to say, I want this, I want some money. He will ask me how much.
Mm.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And the money, the amount of money I say is what I'm giving.
And the man is Kenyan.
Okay.
The man is Kenyan, the man is Bukusu.
So
Let me finish, Pastor.
continue.
You know why? It is because even if he does not have a shilling now, I will never doubt him.
Yes.
Because when he indeed had, you would see that it is there.
Yes.
So you're being doubted, and this one is insisting because even when that time when you had, you kept on having that tag of sina pesa. And let me tell you, money is very interesting for those ones in the family. Money does not like some things. Do not ice your finances with these statements. Sina pesa. Kelele. You want money and you attach noise to your money. Tears. You want money and you are crying because somebody. The money will disappear in that family.
Hallelujah.
Money loves ground where it is being praised. It is being honored. It will come. So my brother Mos, do not give a false foundation on
who
your
you are now.
financial muscle. What are you financially? Those
Capable
are the
of doing.
questions. Yes, those are the hard questions not bringing on the table. What are you? What are you able? What is comfortable for you?
Okay.
Do not insist on going to live in a house rent or you're paying a rent that is way above your ability.
That's what I was
Let
going to
your
say.
partner, your wife know your ability, how much you earn and what you're able to give. And in the event that those finances are not there, I like what Pastor is saying. Pastor Dominic is saying that most men will leave home going, imagining they are going to work. Do you think he was doing that to hurt his wife?
No,
He was
to
just
prove.
doing that to protect her emotionally. He did not know what to tell her now that he did not have money. And I like it. There's a lady who says, for how long will you deny? That denial is not usually to hurt you. That denying certain situations in a relationship very often is to protect you emotionally. People think that when you tell your wife, I don't have money, she will leave. This man is in turmoil. He does not know where the next meal for his family is going to come from. So he might not say it, not because anajifanya manini. He just feels, what will my family, how will they feed? Not that watanidharau hapana.
It's the
What
Superman
Yes,
syndrome.
what am I going to do?
Okay.
So understand where somebody does not say that truth or does not say it immediately. I'm using pastors, but I know ultimately when end month came and he could not
Provide. He had to say the truth now.
he now had to say the truth
Which he should have said earlier.
earlier. You see,
Most.
and I'm sure our mama said, "Kwa nini hukusema?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
It was
didn't
that
you
easy.
tell me?" It
Yeah.
was that easy. And now going back to it, for the young men out there, just be yourself, be real. Do not fake anything. You will get the right woman who will support you at the time of need.
Then, if you're in a relationship and you're not married, you are not obligated to give any woman money. I want to repeat, you are not obligated because that lady has a father. You are not their father.
Some are
You are
orphans.
not obligated.
Some are orphans. Some
Even
people are
if
orphans.
They are orphans. That's what we are saying is pretense. You are starting on a wrong foundation. So that's what Charity is saying. Now you have shown this lady that you are the manufacturer of money so that everything she needs will be
The
provided.
manager of De La Rue.
My brothers and sisters who are married, please, when your income cannot sustain your needs, please reduce what your expectation and your budget. If you are living in a house of 50,000 and you cannot sustain it, stop living on calls, asking people for money. These days I've realized if someone is not calling you and all of a sudden he texts you twice, you have to be careful. The next text will be for money. Please, leave your level, leave your standard at a time. Talk to your wife and tell her we cannot. And please, even if you go low, man of God, and move from a house of 50,000 to a house of 10,000 or 5,000 is your life. What people are saying will not pay your rent. Some people are afraid because washirika walikuja kwa nyumba ya 15K. Sasa sahi watakujaje kwa 5,000. They will still come the way they came. Kama hakuna nafasi wakae nje. Yeah. Because as much as you are making them happy, this is a punishment you are putting to yourself for the rest of your life. So hakuna pretense.
We have so many questions. I don't know whether we'll be able to handle them because I see our time is really racing against this.
I just want to add on what Pastor is saying about giving your partner money. Very often giving the lady money. I know some men are given money for whatever reason. I believe
whatever reason is.
Money has to be attached to a need.
Yes.
I will not say do not give, but why are you giving the money? Why is there pressure to give your girlfriend money? Are you proving a point? Are you solving a need? If you think, if you think you have to give your partner money, then know why they need it. And I would also include, ask if you would chip in. Because a cheap woman or a woman who is just very easy to go by will take your money. But serious women, corporate, they have their own money. And you're dangling there with your 2,000 shillings. Be very careful.
You put it on the low.
No, I'm just telling you. 2,000 shillings can do her nails.
Okay.
Be very careful. You'll be mistaken for bribing or buying her. And it can easily go that, this person is used to...
it's adding to your height.
Yeah, a certain cluster of women. And you would need to do a lot of explanation. So understand the need of your partner and why you need to give the money. Anytime you have to spend money, let it be attached to a need. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And for those ones at home, you'd say, but it is normal for your partner to leave money at home. Of course, they leave money on the bedside drawer. Very common. And others have a small coat in the wardrobe where they put the money. That money is not just left there. It is usually attached to a need that in case of an emergency, I'm going on safari, and this money could be used to run a certain expense. So money is you don't just throw it around and give it to anybody. Give it out and attach it to a need. So when you leave home, Apostle Tim, I know you are going to send a text, please give Mama some money.
Yes.
So that there's an emergency that could arise at home, and I left some little money in the blazer. In the
for marriage,
awesome.
It is compulsory for money to be left at home.
Now, there's a comment here coming from Apostle Tim, like you've said. Let me read. You go to the village na unakwama huko and there is no network. Una make calls, zinakatika tu, unatuma message, zina bounce. Ukifaulu kutoka, una call, hashiki, you text, no response, unaamua acha niende direct kwa car wash. Hii matope ikilala kwa gari itarust. You finally arrive home at midnight. Na unaambiwa unatoka wapi? Kwa hao wanawake zako. Kumbafu. Haya, next is bwana, kuna wanawake ukijieka eti hauna ababahole kabaya. This is why men borrow to remain relevant. Truth is that many men are dying in silence.
Thank you.
You agree with that?
Yes.
Awesome. Teacher Dominic, you are saying the truth. Media person volume. Okay. Wanawake wapewe pesa tafadhali. Please, let's not argue about this. The quality for husband material is generosity. Wapewe pesa, whether dating or married. Chairman nimesema. Okay, I don't know, Moreka, if you can get us loud and clear. You're saying the sound is not very good from where you are watching us from. Wow, that has been so
Let me just,
impactful. You want to add something over?
Yes.
to what Apostle said?
On what Apostle say, first of all, for a lady to respond to that,
This guy is watching from Thika University, yes.
thank you.
Mm.
For the lady to respond to that, it means the way you relate is also not very cordial. Because if just for
But
one day,
on that same note, Pastor Dominic,
Yes.
maybe as you respond,
yes,
I saw there's a person who asked me whether it wasn't really a question but an observation.
yes,
How, in the presence of people, do you differ with your husband?
in the presence of people.
Yeah, because I saw someone really drown the man. Say like, "Sijaona mtu muongo kama huyu." I was like, I felt embarrassed
eh,
and
that-
disrespected as a pastor because I'm like, how do you talk to a man like that?
yeah, it is completely wrong
Mm.
to, to disagree with your husband in public. It is completely wrong because once you do that, you belittle the man. You kill what Charity was calling ego. You kill it completely. And then when you reach home, it will be worse. If you feel you are disagreeing with him, when you go back home, tell him, my dear, hapa ulitupanga bana.
You should never do that in the presence of people.
No. Personally, I feel it's completely wrong to disagree with your husband in public. If you have to do it, then Charity will give us wisdom from a woman perspective. But
on
for
how
me
to go about it.
personally, I feel it's completely wrong for you to do that.
Hmm.
Then the second thing is about what Pastor Tim is saying. So for a lady to respond like that, it means you have had issues before.
Hmm.
It cannot just come from nowhere and start complaining that you are coming late. Maybe you have done it before and you didn't explain. But just for one day when you come late and you explain, your wife will be ready. Many times I've gone to preach from this place. I think you have also found yourself. You
Yeah.
go from this place and you find yourself in the other place.
Yeah.
Before you know it is 9. And I've come home.
Yeah.
And Madam understood because when I arrived, the first thing is to explain.
Mhm.
I say, hey, Madam, leo, even do na hivi ndio kulienda. Once you explain it that way, then it becomes easy. You'll not have a problem with your wife.
Okay.
Then the issue of man, I just want to clarify. When you are married, your wife, money should be left for her, as we are saying here, and money should be attached to a need. But when you are in a relationship, please don't borrow to sustain a relationship because you will not live on borrowed money when you get married. Don't borrow. And if somebody cannot,
Where do you think that pressure is coming
just a
from?
point.
Is it coming from the woman,
No,
or it's
sometimes-
just a burden a man has taken upon
sometimes it's a
himself?
man. Please pick your level and live with it. If you find that this lady is too high to maintain, she's not your level.
What's too high?
She
Demanding what you
demands.
don't have.
If she wants a hair for 5,000, why
Human
can't you
hair.
look for why can't you look for a beautiful girl
Look for tiger hair
who is
somewhere
going
where you can afford.
who is
yes.
going for natural hair, madam?
Yes.
Look for a lady with natural hair and live with her. The problem with guys, wanataka kusema ati, I want a lady when I arrive in the city, everybody will be like, yeah, listen to me. We don't care. Once we see you once, we don't care.
Somebody thinking Utahama town.
We don't care.
Utahama town.
So
eh.
please don't borrow to sustain because when you get in married,
Mm.
you will not live on borrowed money. The reality will now. So just from day one, and when you're going to a hotel with a lady, please, if you don't have 10,000, please explain your budget. Talk to her. Tell her, Madam, we are at 600. Just be candid, so that she will not ask for something for this amount of money. Then you start looking confused, or you get stressed. You start standing up, going out, texting Pastor Mos, Daddy, nimekwama, nimeshikwa na polisi. Kumba hakuna polisi amekushika. You have failed to sustain a lady. So make sure you leave your level at a time. Don't borrow money to sustain any relationship. If she can't accept you the way you are, kanyaga kubwa kubwa.
I think I'll just expound on that. And I'll begin off with Pastor Tim. I have something to say on his comment. One, such a scenario would mean there are two issues there. One, you have trust issues and they are based on infidelity. That is why anytime you are away from home, the suspicion is you're with other women. So sort out the issue. It might not be looking coming out real, but anytime you are accused falsely, you should be able to question why this person thinks so you have another woman. Chances are it is true, and that is why anytime you're away from home, that is the reason. But secondly, if you have gone to a place and you're not able to communicate for some reason, we have gadgets and we know what technology can do. Let it be so sincere that when you get back home, it is convincing that indeed that village that you went to, your wife knows that village, and usually there's issue with network. Like, well, I have a problem with network in my house. So for those who know me, they'll try reaching out, and when they find I'm Teja, they'll leave a text. For some reason, I'll get the text, and therefore I can be able to go back too. Women should be given money and money and money. That is what people are saying. My daughter, my sister, be very careful about when you demand for money from a man. These men,
someone's saying,
these men are human, and they also have mothers who pray for them that they should get good wives.
Amen.
If you're the one who is insisting that my son should give you money and money and money, tomorrow my son will realize that he's not able to cope with the standard. And when he sets back, please don't come and tell me, Mama, Mimi, you know, now I have issues with my boyfriend. I don't know what happened. Please attach your need to the financial support you need from your partner. And desist from getting help from your boyfriends, especially financial. This gives a wrong impression. Let it be very clear why you would need to be helped. Why would you insist on doing hair and you want your boyfriend to... Are you doing that hair for your boyfriend, or you're doing that hair for you? Do you know what it means to take care of yourself as a woman? We don't do hair for men. I don't do my nails for Muze. No. I do my hair, I do my nails, I take a bath, wear perfume to feel good about myself.
Hallelujah.
Not to make the other person feel good. So it is wrong for you to imagine you have to get a wig for what, so many thousands because your boyfriend has to see you. No, we don't do that for the men. Mature women, focused women, do that for themselves. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you look presentable, you feel nice. And when you go out, what did that man see anything the first time they saw you? Did he have any money? Did he spend any money on you? He just saw you walk somewhere, you are somewhere, and they approached you. Do you want to tell me he also did everything? If he was attached to you without him spending a shilling, what makes you think he should continue being attached to you spending money? Please learn as women to appreciate yourself. That you look good for you first before for somebody else.
For someone else.
Yes.
Wow.
So whoever thinks a man should make them look good, well, that is a wrong perspective. But if you want to have value and add value to yourself, by the way, Pastor, my birthday is coming up on fast. Next month, like today.
Awesome.
So,
we are waiting. I think we should do it
I'm
here.
one person who always says, I'm not scared to say my age. I am 59.
Only.
That is a lot, Pastor. You're not
Yes.
there.
59.
Yes.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, you'll get there, I know. And I have learned over time that just take good care of yourself.
Right.
Just
You don't
take
look
good,
it.
yeah, just take good care of yourself. If you have to go to the salon and somebody has to foot it, let it just be mutual. I'm going to the salon. I have some little money on my account, but they'll say, oh, fine, you're going to the salon. Now kona pesa. Do you have the money to pay? Then you say, I had some little money. Do you, hauna? Sawa bas, let me do your hair. You want a dress for a certain function. And you're saying, we are having a wedding on Saturday. Then they'll ask you, but what are you going to wear? I can see you have old clothes here. I think you should find a dress. I have some money here. Do you think you can buy a dress with this money? You see, this one is giving you the money, but you're not putting pressure. Yeah.
Okay.
The money will come. The support will come. Immediately you put the demands, the money will end. I was telling Pastor the other day, we are at that age where you send me money, I send it back to you. Reason, I do not want any attachment with your money. Because there's something sinister behind
I guess it depends with how much you send, because there's some money you don't reverse.
No, you reverse. Because
50,000
if
is
you
irreversible.
accept it, Pastor, If
You-
you,
you-
accept it,
okay.
it is a bond.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, ladies, there is no man who will give you money for free.
Mm.
There is no man who will give you money for free unless it's your parent or your pastor who is really born again and delivered. But there is no man who will give you money for free. Just someone you meet and they take your number in the
And
evening, they send you
money.
1,000. And then you are, oh my God,
Hey,
that oh my God will land you in their arms one day. There's
very
nothing for
easily.
free.
Nothing.
So be careful. Yeah, that oh my God will land you in trouble. So
Today, I
nothing
think
for
people
free.
are so tough.
Amen.
Everyone is tough over here. The conversation is getting sweeter, but we are actually running out of time.
Yes.
We have actually run out of time.
Oh.
But I think I would just give it a little more, like we borrow 10 minutes
Yes,
to
please.
just respond to some of the questions that we still have here,
Yes.
we haven't dealt with. Let me pick this response from Apostle. Madam Charity, don't take it personal. Yawa. Ese sendambanganio na mata. Period. Kwani nilienda na nyumba ama kitanda. Umekosa pa kulala. Niko na kopi ya kila mlango. Ukichoka lala. I'm old enough to find my way back home. I'm not a bad guy, but niko na kiburi mbaya, just boundaries. But I will say I'm going to be late today. Hiyo naye atasema, lakini ukichoka lala.
Lala.
So many sitanda siri. Go chokoni. Now let's come back here. I think we took a bit of deviation from that subject today,
Yeah.
which is still okay.
Which is
Which is still okay. Looking at the aspect of charity now, this question it will be for you because from the place of experience, do you think that separation changed you?
No.
Okay.
No. And this is very personal.
Mm.
It might have corrected some parts of me, but it did not change who I was. Reason is I am a very sincere person. The relationship might have gone wrong, but it did not make me a bitter person. It did not change the charity that it is, that I am.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm.
But it worked on me as a fixer. I started looking at people differently. I also learned that you cannot change people. People should choose to change. And also learned that you can be a very good person but still fail in a relationship because it takes two people to build a relationship. So, in brief, that's how I'd answer your question.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think, from your perspective, Pastor Dominic,
Yes.
does it change people?
Definitely,
Okay.
to some,
Mm-hmm.
to some extent.
Mm.
Like me, let me take an example of ministry. There are things I used to do in the beginning of the ministry which I cannot do now
Mm-hmm.
because the experience teaches you some things.
Mm.
It changes you in a way that there's a way now you respond to issues. Some people who are used to be maybe very careless in relationship, when a separation is done, they tend to be more careful. They tend to be, like more sensitive on how they respond to their partners, on how they speak to their partners. So to some extent, there is a change that comes. And most of the time, instead of the change being positive, sometimes it turns people into negative. Because now they have self-denial. Now they are always keen and careful, and they respond to everything that comes up. So when it comes to a breakup or a marriage ending, some people are changed. Why? Because experience, pain that comes through with a separation changes some people. Because as Charity is saying, there is a change that came in her life because she realized you can't change people. People choose to change. That's so powerful.
How do you overcome that temptation of trying to change people? Because there's an endeavor, actually, an endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from your perspective, even as a pastor, you realize that one of the curses that was released over the woman in
Yes.
Eden was there will be a desire in her to control the man.
Yes.
There's a desire in a woman to control the man.
Yes.
How do I overcome that temptation of trying to change someone?
It is just learning and making it intentional.
And then how about when you want the change for the person? What do? You communicate, or what do you do?
You can come in.
When you want the change to come in, you can only influence by your words. You can only influence by your words, by floating ideas that would make the other person a better person. But it is for them to choose to use your counsel, to use your words, to use your game plan to change themselves. So let's say you have a scenario where you realize your partner has anger issues, and you keep talking about it and telling them how bad anger is and what you would prefer of them. There's very little you can do about them managing their anger. It is for them to also say, yes, it is true. And from point 1, 2, 3, I think I'm comfortable with point 2. Let me give it a try. So that is how you do it. You can never, and I insist, you can never change a person. People choose
to
change. People choose to accept that being lustful is wrong. As much as there are very beautiful women being born every day, it is good to control myself because the repercussions that come with it are dire. When somebody does not have that insight, when somebody does not accept that, even if you cried and begged them and fasted, they will not change. It is up to them to decide and say, no, this is not right.
So we can only offer the counsel.
You can offer the counsel.
Choice is
you
possible.
can be wise with your words, discuss, and that is what I'm saying. Communicate. Talk and say, well, this doesn't feel right. It might look right to you, but it doesn't feel right to me. So if you really care, like you say, I would desire that maybe we work on this. Okay? And then the other person will also say, as much as I have hurt you, I've said it, it was not intentional. And I don't know how to go about it. I'm having difficulties. Then you say, if you don't know how to go about it, can we seek help from so and so? And now you sit down, have a plan on how you're going to manage the weakness or the challenge that relationship is having.
Okay.
That is how now people change. That is now how they change. But for you, you cannot say, usipofanya hii na usikuja hapa. Mimi siwezi ishi na mtu mwenye ako hivi. I have issues. I cannot sleep on the same bed with a man who keeps snoring and snoring and snoring. What are you going to do? He cannot change.
Me too.
Yeah? Because the snoring is beyond them. And that is how most of these weaknesses are. Some of them are wrong and they're beyond us. So unless there's desire from the victim, from the person involved to make changes that will be positive, there's very little you can do. You will talk and give up. Yes.
I just wanted to ask a question here. There's a concern that came in through whether I can be able to rephrase the question or just read it verbatim. A person asking about, I cheated once. How do I convince my wife that I changed? Because she has refused to move on from that mistake.
Change can be seen, can be observed. Don't concentrate on trying to prove to her that you have changed by telling her words every day. My dear, I've changed, no. If you are so much involved in some activities with some ladies which made her suspect you, can you now move out of that circle? If you are doing some secretive chatting on your phone, can she now be able to observe and see that now that character has changed? It is something that is observed. So I want to say he should check himself. Maybe there are things he used to do
that he's still doing,
and he's still doing. Not necessarily that he's unfaithful, no, but the environment that made him
cheat last time.
Cheat. Let me give you an example. You are working with somebody in a place as a boss, okay?
Yeah.
Then you are in a relationship with that boss, okay? The boss calls you every day. Then you say, that thing has ended, we have stopped it. And the same boss is still calling you late hours. It can't be job every time up to late. So we expect that thing will go down or end. So change is seen. It's not just talked.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Anything, Charity, maybe in addition to that?
No, I
Maybe
mean,
I'll give you
just emphasize on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
The madam would be having trust issues,
Mm.
because they have not separated.
Yes.
The scenario is the man there was
They are still-
cheating once,
Yes.
and they're still together, and the lady still feels that issue is still going on. So it is more about trusting that the man has changed,
Mhm.
and trust does not occur overnight. Once
Yes.
broken, it takes time to rebuild. And like I've said, depending on how strong the foundation of that relationship is,
Mm.
those broken pieces of trust can be brought back together, fixed with glue. But what the man should know is the trust will still have the scars
Mhm.
of the betrayal.
The betrayal.
So what the lady is dealing with is every time she looks at her hand, fine,
She
the
remembers.
wound is healed, but
Mm,
there's a
the scar.
scar about it.
Mm.
That can only be done away with if there's reassurance from the man that indeed he has stopped, by showing change, like Pastor is saying,
Mm.
and making sure that he does not cause another scar elsewhere, okay? So that we concentrate on healing this one, and over time,
So kind of majority of the job then is on the cheater,
yes, majority of the job is on the cheater.
on proving that you changed.
That you changed. Yes.
Beautiful. Maybe I'll give you a moment to maybe check on your phones if there's any comment. I don't know whether we can access the. We are trying to locate the TikTok account, whether we can be able to get any feeds from the other side. But I want to thank God because I know that we have had such an amazing conversation this morning. It's my faith and belief that wherever it is that you've been watching us from, you got something. Like we always say, that we are here to fix one person, fix a family, fix a nation, and ultimately fix this society. I know that many people are really struggling in that part, and especially on the exit window. And there are quite a number of issues that people deal with, especially on matters of moving on, or whether to start another relationship or just to stay single. And I know that Pastor Dominic and Charity have been able to delve deeper into the conversation this morning. And it's my faith and belief that there is something you picked today. In fact, myself, I always say this podcast is for me first. So if no one else got anything, I did. Should you have any question, feedback, or you want to add something to what we've said, please feel free to do so. And I want to really thank most sincerely those people who have kept us company ever since we began. We really thank God for the pleasure of your company. As we come to the stretch, I will give my panelists a minute. Do you have any question from the live audience? Anyone with a live question from the live audience? No one. So I will give Dominic a moment to just...
Yeah, maybe
So what
just appreciate someone here on TikTok,
Okay.
Reverend Michael Simon.
okay.
Thank you for being with us. He was just reminding us that the sound was a bit low today.
Okay.
Wesley also following, supporting this 100%. We appreciate.
Awesome.
Dr. Mkoya Amandla also following through TikTok. We appreciate. And thank you so much for the support. We are all learning. We are giving the biblical perspective. We are giving experience. We are sharing, and we are learning. So I appreciate you so much, and I pray that we keep learning together. We keep supporting. Let's do this again next Wednesday, but I want to appreciate you all as you have learned. And just want to finish by saying, if you have been out of a relationship, do not fear to move on, but heal fast, get back to yourself, be able to live with who you are now without needing somebody else necessarily to help you go through. Once you're completely healed, please move on. You have a better future. Just, there are some people who are always afraid. Oh, my children, what will they say? Listen to me. You have to look for your own peace and happiness too. Let those kids understand, even as you make those decisions. Thank you so much, Pastor.
Awesome. Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you.
It's been a beautiful moment. grateful that all of you have been watching, and for those who will be watching this after, please reach out. Just remember, life is beautiful. We are here to live, and let us do this together. Thank you.
Awesome. My very special thanks also goes to the media people for helping us stream this podcast today in the most excellent way. We keep on getting better and better. We're looking forward to getting even better gadgets to be able to do this in a better way. But again, we thank God so much. Once again, let me appreciate you. All those that watched, you passed around, left a comment, or you shared this podcast. We really are honored, and we thank you so much. Also to our live audience that are present right here in this studio. We thank God for your valid company. It's my prayer that we'll see you again, and our prayer for you, especially as you begin the month of October, is that you'll have a glorious one. The Lord bless you and keep you. See you again here on Wednesday at 11. From us, it is goodbye.